the Giants trade for Budda Baker, and they are reportedly locked in on this specific draft prospect. But before we get into all that, go ahead, leave a like, go ahead, comment, and go ahead, hit that subscribe button and join the channel. Draft is almost here, less than 2 weeks away. I'm excited. I know if you're watching, you're excited. So if you love Giants content and a lot of Giants draft content, it will be covered on the channel. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and tune in and join the channel. But in this video, I just wanted to, briefly cover Budda Baker. He did end up requesting a trade on Friday, or at least we got the news that he requested a trade from the Arizona Cardinals on Friday. Just go over if the Giants could possibly, make a possible trade for him. I highly doubt it. And I also wanted to go over a report saying that the Giants are locked in on center John Michael-Schmitz. But let's start with Budda Baker. Now, he requested a trade from the Arizona Cardinals. The news broke that he requested a trade from them this past Friday. And, we're talking about the Giants. Could they end up making a possible run for him? I highly doubt it. I really, really highly doubt it. Now, when we're talking about possibly trading for someone, Ryan Dunleavy did tweet 2 days ago about the Giants possibly making a trade for a veteran player. Let's get into it. He tweeted, "Don't be surprised if the Giants trade another of their picks for a veteran player between now and the end of the draft." Now, Ryan Dunleavy was kind of the first reporter that tweeted that the Giants were making a trade, or they were interested in making a big trade for a tight end. Next thing you know, the Giants made the trade for Darren Waller. So, Ryan Dunleavy, when we're talking about this offseason, he's been kind of accurate. So, just keep your eyes, peeled. Don't be surprised if the Giants do end up, making a trade for a veteran player. I could see it being a cornerback. I could see it being an interior defensive lineman, maybe maybe an interior offensive lineman. And maybe they make a trade for, a veteran wide receiver. Who knows? But Ryan Dunleavy says, don't be surprised if the Giants do end up making a trade for a veteran player involving some of these draft picks the Giants have. But they have 10, draft picks, 3 7th rounders. Maybe the Giants throw some of the picks in there and grab themselves a veteran player. But with Budda Baker, he's a great player. We're talking about, just a leader on the defense. We're talking about a guy that can do everything you ask of him. That's Budda Baker, and he wants to get paid that way. Now, Adam Schefter had, came out after the news broke that he wanted to, get traded from the Arizona Cardinals, that, he is looking to be the highest paid safety in the NFL. He is looking for that type of deal. Now, right now, he is actually on a huge deal with the Arizona Cardinals. Let's, bring up, some of these numbers. Right now, for 2023, he has a cap hit of $16 million. That automatically threw the Giants out of the equation. I'm pretty sure if they wanted to really go out and get him, they could, because we know the cap, it's a myth. The cap ain't real. The cap is not real. The Saints literally, every offseason, you look at their cap number, it's in the negatives. It's always in the negative. It's always in the red. But they always find a way to get under the cap and go out and sign some few players, just like they did this year with Derek Carr. But I don't see Joe Shane, moving any more money down the road to trade for a guy who wants, a huge contract. He wants a huge extension. You do want to be the highest paid safety in the league. You got Xavier McKinney, who is going to end up probably getting extended by the Giants. I don't see them, having two long-term deals with McKinney and Baker on the roster. I don't see it. That's kind of why the Giants let go of Julian Love. They had, threw him out a deal. He said no. They automatically went somewhere else. I feel like the Giants, if they want to go, add to the secondary, I'm going to see it being through the draft. I'm going to really see it, being through the draft, going out there, drafting a young guy to add on to the secondary. I don't see them making a trade for Budda Baker. But he's a great player. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player. And whichever team he does get traded to, they're getting themselves, one of the best safeties in the game. But next, I wanted to get into John Michael-Schmitz. A report came out saying that the Giants are rumored to be, locked in on the Minnesota center. Now, let's get into the report. So it says this: I continue to hear the Giants are locked onto Schmitz, rights draft expert Tony Pauline of Pro Football Network. Offensive line coach Bobby Johnson privately worked them out, and the team brought the center in for an official 30 visit. I've had the Giants selecting Schmitz with the 25th pick in the only 2 mock drafts I've done this year. Now, I'm not saying that the Giants, are definitely going to, 100% going to take him. It's not one of those. I don't think it's one of those situations where if he's on the board, they are going to bona fidely take him, depending on no matter who is on the board. If it's Addison, if it's a corner they like, it doesn't matter. They're going Schmitz. I wouldn't say that, but I definitely think the Giants, Schmitz is in play. I really do think John Michael-Schmitz is in play. He's at a position of need. And, if the Giants do want to get a guy that's a safer pick, John Michael-Schmitz is a safer pick than a wide receiver or a corner that we could take. But me personally, taking a center at 25 is just not the way I would go. It's just not. Now, I know we, saw last year in the last year's draft, Tyler Linderbaum got picked, I think, in the mid-20s by the Baltimore Ravens. But it's a different situation. Tyler Linderbaum was a elite center prospect coming out of Iowa. He was a guy that I don't know why, but I made a video about us possibly taking him at 7th overall. That is, Tyler Linderbaum was, without a doubt, probably the best interior offensive lineman in last year's draft at the center position. John Michael-Schmitz, he's not bad. He is a great, he is a great center. He is probably the best center in the class, but he's not on Tyler Linderbaum's level. He's not on Tyler Linderbaum's level. I know a lot of people like to compare them to, but no. Tyler Linderbaum was, heads above any of the next centers that we could have taken in that draft class. You throw Tyler Linderbaum in this draft class, he is way better ahead of a John Michael-Schmitz or a Joe Tippmann. But taking one at 25, I just don't like it. I understand it's at a position of need, but it has to fit best player available also, because if you're going to just take someone because you need him at that position, that's when you start reaching. Like if the Giants go into the 2023 NFL draft, we're at pick 24, or pick 25 rather, my bad, and the top 4 wide receivers are off the board: Jordan Addison, Zay Flowers, Jack Smith and Jigba, Quentin Johnston. If you take Jalen Hyatt, it's like you're taking him because you need a wide receiver. You're not really adding into, best player available, which a lot of Giants fans think the Giants are at a perfect, situation to take the best player who was on the board. And I agree. I just don't see center being that, that position we should take at 25. It's other guys in the second round I like. Ricky Stromberg, could be taken in the 3rd, 4th round. You got Joe Tippmann. That it depends on if you're going to be on the board. And when we pick at pick 57, you got Luke Whippler, like him. I just think there's other ways we could add on to the center position instead of taking John Michael-Schmitz at, pick 25. Now, if it's Tyler Linderbaum, if John Michael-Schmitz was a Tyler Linderbaum type of player coming out of college, then I wouldn't hate it. I really wouldn't hate it. Tyler Linderbaum, was graded to be one of the best centers in all football last year. Can we say John Michael-Schmitz is going to be that? We don't know yet. But I'm not against it. I'm not saying that I would, freak out, but I really wouldn't like to pick if we took a center at 25 over a guy like Jordan Addison. Like, I just think that, Addison could have a bigger impact than Schmitz could day one. I know it's at a position of need. The Giants need a center. I understand that, but I'm not taking one at pick 25. That's just my opinion. But leave that below in the comments with your thoughts on all of this. Should the Giants possibly, for some reason, make a trade for Budda Baker? And what is your thoughts on them possibly taking John Michael-Schmitz with the 25th overall pick? A little bit of rhymes there for you. But if you did enjoy it, leave a like, comment, hit the subscribe button. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And until then, it's been your boy, J Dimes. I love you, boys. Appreciate you for watching. And we are out. Go Giants. Hey.